Hello, this is MV. Doing my 1972 replay. I started yesterday and did it off screen. I was doing some warm up games yesterday, but I finally did my opening day and I played as. Who did I play as? Let's quickly go back to the schedule. Actually, I didn't play as anybody. I watched the Reds and the Dodgers. It was a 1-0 game. As you can see here, is a one hit versus three. Billingham versus Sutton. It was a great game. But Billingham had a perfect game going into the ninth. So I have always heard of Jack Billingham, but here we are. I watched him and it was like really great performance. But it was broken up by none other than Don Sutton, who was kept in for the ninth inning and got ahead of him with one out. So the Dodgers gambled on Sutton having some value in the bottom of the ninth, which he did. But I just can't remember how it goes. Let's quick look at the box score. The ninth inning, Sutton came up to bat. And I was a bit curious as to why would he bat in the top of the ninth, trailing 1-0. So I'm not sure why that was, but that might have been how it was in '72. I don't know, but I'm sure they would have brought a pinch hitter in to give themselves a chance. Anyway, I think it was Sutton who actually got the hit. Yeah. Top of the ninth. There we go. Don Sutton, Jack Billingham. I don't know what WPA means. Anyway, he hit a single. It's like, wow. Of all the odds, well, he broke up the perfect game. Anyway, so that was day one. Day two, I've simmed some games already. I am eyeing up a Dodgers Reds game again. Let me just sim a couple of these games. White Sox at the Royals. The White Sox win it. Let's see, what else is there? I think those are all the games except for this one. So I'm going to play this game. Again, this is a Dodgers and Reds again. Game one went to the Reds. This is game two. I am not making any changes to the teams. Well, let me just check the lineups. There's anyone that should come in? Possibly, yes. There's Bill Russell for Maury Wills. I think that would be a fair change. Judging on the ratings for Bill Russell. Let's take away the replay. Stats and use the stat. Yeah, look at Maury Wills. He shouldn't be starting. Maybe he did start in real life. I don't know, but that's the lineup they give me. But I am going to go Bill Russell at least. So I'm calling both lineups. Steve Garvey. So hold on. Hold on a second. What type of pitcher is it? Gary Nolan's a righty pitcher, right? So edit. There's no reason why to play Maury Wills other than he's a short. I don't know if it does splits on here. You can't see the splits. You can see the splits in terms of ratings, I guess. He probably has more ratings versus right. So anyway, leave that as that. I like the look of Manny Mota. I'm going to play Manny Mota instead of Grabowitz. Bobby Valentine. There's a lovely Frank Robinson out here. So Frank Robinson, Willie Davis, Billy Buckner, Bill Russell, Jim Lefevre playing second base. You could play Bobby Valentine there. 321. Yeah, Bobby Valentine instead of Jim Lefevre. Let's go with that. And Duke Sims, who I know plays for another team in this year as well. But he's playing here at the moment. Ooh, who do we play him instead of? No, we'll keep it as is. So a quick look down here. Manny Mota deserves a lead of spot position, I think. Manny Mota. Willie Davis, Frank Robinson, Bobby Valentine, Willie Crawford. These are good hitters. Duke Sims, Bill Russell will go ahead of him. And Al Downing. Al Downing's a lefty. So this will be a lineup versus lefty. Can't play Gillingham. Has to be a lefty because I've done the other lineup right. Not Don Gullett. Let's go with Gary Nolan. Gary Nolan's, you know what, I've got this all wrong. That's against a righty, this is against a lefty, so it's got to be against a lefty. There is a way of doing this. I wish there was splits, but there's no splits. So we're going to go Joe Morgan, Pete Rose, that picks itself. Joe Haig, now why is he blanked out? There's a reason. Not available, maybe. That's probably why. Let's choose right field. Bernie Carbo, George Foster, Bobby Tolan. Let's do Bobby Tolan out there. We're good. Let's just do this. Faff around with it too much. It says both lines. So Cincinnati Reds, 2 players are assigned to center field. Okie dokie. Okay, so one has to play right field. Let's play Geronimo in center field. Bobby Tolan in right field. Not the best right fielder in the world, is he? Oh well, that's going to have to be. On the Dodgers, 2 players are assigned to left field. Okay. Go back to here. Willie Davis, center field. One's, DH. There is no DH in the National League, of course. First base there, second base there, shortstop, third base. Who can play third base out of this lot? Not I. Mota. Nope, he can't play it. So we got young Steve Garvey playing here. So Garvey can play third in 1972. Steve Garvey's 24, so these guys sit on the bench and let's go. Everything done, play ball. So here we are at, I think it's Riverfront Stadium. Manny Mota coming to bat for the Dodgers. Series 1-0 Cincinnati. Nearly had a no-hitter yesterday. Here we go. Don Gullett pitches to Manny Mota. That's patient, and he walks him. So he trusts down to first. Manny Mota, he's a threat to steal. Don Gullett against Billy Buckner. Bullpart. Wheelhouse goes straight to the shortstop. And Cheney gets the runner out. So Buckner's at first. Willie Davis comes to the plate. Willie, now 32 years old, steps in. The pitch from Gullett in play. Pop up to short. And Darrell Cheney makes an easy catch. That's 2 out. Buckner turns to first, and Frank Robinson comes to the plate now. Frank Robinson played for the Dodgers, I think, just barely. Here is the pitch. Tough pitch. He strikes out. So Frank Robinson strikes out with a swing and a miss. We go to the bottom of the first inning now. Al Downing, a once a Yankee phenom, on the mound, 31 years old. Let's take a look around the horn. Duke Sims behind the plate. First base, Bill Buckner, 23 years old. Second base, Bobby Valentine. Shortstop, Bill Russell. So we know who Valentine is. That's good. Bill Russell, 24 years old. And Steve Garvey. So Garvey would later go to first base. Manny Mota out in left field. Mota. Left field. Sorry, in center field, Willie Davis. And in right field, the old boy, Frank Robinson. Downing on the mound. He pitches. Here's the payoff pitch to Joe Morgan. Tough pitch. Flied out to center field. Willie has it. And makes the catch for the out. 1 away. It's Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle. The pitch. And he gets a walk, so he trusts down to first. And Downing has a runner. Johnny Bench. And a single into the gap for Johnny Bench. Bench just getting past the glove of Bill Russell. 2 men on. Here's Tony Perez. Only 30 years old. Downing looks in, gets a sign from Sims. He kicks. In play. A grounder to the shortstop, Valentine. Double play. 2 down on 1 swing. So here we go. Top of the second inning. Don Gullett on the mound. Don Gullett can bring it. He can also give it the home run. Let's take a look at him. His best is tough. And the best is tough, so Garvey matches up well. Don Gullett into his motion. Kicks and fires to Steve Garvey. Patient. Ground out to second base. Joe Morgan gets across. Scooped up and thrown down to first. Got him. Here's Bobby Valentine. Stepping to the plate. Playing shortstop. No, that's not playing shortstop. Playing second base today. Game 2 of the series. Got it. Brings it to Valentine. Patient. And a double for Bobby Valentine. A double into the outfield. Valentine is safe at second. 22-year-old Bobby Valentine. Here's Bill Russell. Defense. First base, a 1-base error. A miscue by Don Gullett. So Gullett makes an error there. So still 1 out. Dodgers have 2 men on. Score is 0-0 here in the top of the second. Here's Duke Sims. Tough pitch. Struck him out. So Gullett looking to get himself out of trouble here. Gullett looks down as Al Downing. Here's the pitch. Tough pitch. Struck him out. So Don Gullett gets out of trouble there as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Cesar Geronimo will lead off for Cincinnati. Downing, ballpark, wheelhouse, line straight to second base. Valentine nonchalantly flips the ball up. He'd make the catch straight at him. I do recognize Bobby Valentine as a colorful character. As a manager. I'm just checking my feed, see if it's actually broadcasting. Nothing worse than doing all this work and I realize I'm not broadcasting. That would be stupid. Let's just see if I'm online. Yes, I am. Okie dokie, let's go. Downing tugs his cap. Here we go. To Bobby Tolan. Tough pitch. Single for Tolan. He gets on base. A single slap to right, and he's on base. Darryl Cheney. Defense. Ground double play. No. Yes. 3-6-3 double play. Two down, one swing. And up next is Manny Mota. The pitch from Gullet. Wheelhouse. That one flying out to right field. A big hit by Mota. But Bobby Tolan settles under it. Not really looking good in the field out there. Gullet looks in. Bill Buckner at the plate. In play. Ground out to the pitcher. And he makes the routine play. 2 out now. Willie Davis. Tough pitch. Struck him out. Top of the 3rd inning now. Wow, it's going along quickly. Dennis Menke comes to the plate for the Reds. In play. And the single. So let's take a look at Al Downing's card. Yeah, pretty good year. 9.9 and 9, 2.98 ERA. Okay, here we go. Downing, patience, and it's a walk. So Dennis Menke goes to second. Morgan at first. Al Downing. Patience. Single. Pete Rose. So Johnny Bench comes up now. Men on first and third. Tough. Fly out to right field. And Frank Robinson settles under it, and that is that. So Al Downing, just Tony Perez, defense, and it's an error. 2 runs scored, miscue by Steve Garvey. So the Reds go up 2-0. Downing looking down at Cesar Geronimo. Tough pitch, flied out to right field. And Frank Robinson now holds it in. End of the 3rd. Wow. Top of the 4th inning, Don Gullet on the mound. Here's the veteran, Frank Robinson. Pop up to 3rd. This actually makes me want to play out of the park at the same time. While I'm playing this, I'm getting ideas for another one. So I've got my 66 replay as well. Don Gullet, Steve Garvey, ballpark. Oh, we brought in Garvey for his offense. He goes down. Just a simple play to Menke. Bobby Valentine 1 for 1. He has a double. Gullet. And it's in his wheelhouse. And that is gone. Home run by Bobby Valentine. And he crushes that one deep out of here. A home run for Valentine. Wow, he's gone. So the Dodgers pull it back 2-1. Here's Bill Russell. Tough. He struck him out. Cue up next, middle of the fourth. Bobby Tolan at the plate. Ballpark, Wheelhouse single. It's on a double here. He gets second. So stolen base by Bobby Tolan straight away afterwards. And he's on second base. Darryl Cheney at the plate. Tough pitch. Flied out to right field. Frank Robinson settles under that. And now the manager, I think it was Walter Aston at this time. Walter Olson calls a walk for Menke to set up the double play. Oh, but they get Don Gullett lays down a sacrifice bunt. So now the Reds have men at third and man at second. Joe Morgan steps to the plate. Tough pitch. And a single up the middle by Morgan. 2 runs scored. Downing looking shaky here. It's 4-1 Reds. Pete Rose. In play. And a single for Rose. Morgan slides into third. Runners at the corner, and Downing is suffering here. This is his last chance. Al Downing. Tough pitch. Flied out to center field, and that will be the inning for Downing. Willie Davis holds it in and runs in. Here's the top of the fifth. Don Gullett now. Duke Sims facing Don Gullett. Here's the kick. Tough. Struck him out. Gullett now gets his 6th strikeout. And Downing is staying in there, so maybe in this era, Wheelhouse fly to center field. Gullett to Manny Mota. 1 base error. Bill Buckner. Wheelhouse and a single for Buckner. So Dodgers in threatening position with 2 out. Willie Davis. Patient pitch. Ground out to the shortstop. And that'll do it. Middle of the 5th inning. Oops. Sorry about that. It's summertime in the heat wave in Europe. Patient, double, and the fly's coming through the window. And Tony Perez, he gets a double. Cesar Geronimo, here's the pitch. Tough pitch. Right field. Bobby Tolan coming up to bat now. Tough pitch. Struck him out. Al Downing now with his first strikeout. Downing looks at Tony Perez. Here's the pitch to Cheney. Tough pitch. Struck him out. So the Dodgers see the end of the 5th inning. Here we go. They lead off the 6th inning. Frank Robinson now. See if he can turn the game. Tough pitch by Gullett. Flied out to left field. Rose takes a couple of steps, and he is under it for the out. Gullett. Single for Steve Garvey. And he will also succeed on the Valentine sacrifice bunt. So Garvey moved up by Valentine. Here's Bill Russell. In play, and a single by Russell. Garvey will come home. 4-2. Garvey got the extra base because of his speed. So here we go. 4-2. Duke Sims looking in at Gullet. Kicks and fires. Tough pitch. Ground out to second base. Joe Morgan has it. And it's scooped up and thrown to first. The Dodgers score a run. Middle of the sixth inning. Come to the bottom of the sixth inning. Dennis Menke will now lead off. In play. Line out to the shortstop. Phil Russell has it. Downing. Patient. And a single. The Gullet is on first. Joe Morgan. Tough pitch to Morgan. Fly it out to center field. And Willie Davis gets under it. So Willie Davis, 32 years old now. Part of some championship Bull Cups. Downing looking in at Pete Rose. Defense. Ground is the second. Valentine. Throw to first for the out. So go to the top of the seventh, and Walter Aston sends in Wes Parker to hit for Al Downing. The bench clears the seats. I don't know what that margin is, but okie dokie. It's a complete game, though. Four runs, out of the ball game. Don Gullet faces Wes Parker, the pinch hitter. Ballpark. Wheelhouse, but that doesn't clear Geronimo, who goes way back, but makes the catch for the out on the warning track. That's one away. Good hit there. Manny Mota in play. Grounds into the shortstop. Darrell Cheney has it. He gets to play. Got it. Buckner flying out to center field. And that should do it. Geronimo settles under it for the out. Pitching change now for the Dodgers. Jim Brewer, 35 years old, 8-7, 1.26 ERA. It's pretty snazzy. Johnny Bench pitches. That's a wheelhouse, and that, I was just about to say Jim Brewer could have given up a home run, and Johnny Bench takes it way out of here for a solo home run. Home run, Johnny Bench. 5-2 Reds. Brewer, Tony Perez. I was just about to say about Brewer. I can look at his card. He has a great ERA, but he in the middle of that, Hal McRae is up now to pinch hit for Cesar Geronimo. The 72 Reds were actually quite loaded, actually. They had all their pieces in place, I think, pretty much. Oh, you can hardly hear me. Okay, a second person said that. I wonder if I turn that up. Can you hear me now, Mike? Hopefully you can hear me now. Al McRae. Wheelhouse. And again, another one that goes way back. Home run. Hal McRae. That one is gone. So a pinch hit home run, 6-2 Reds. Hello, Mike Silver. Pete Richard comes in from the bullpen. 2-3 with a 2.25 ERA. It's not loud. Okay, I wonder. Hello? 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 I'll have to do it at the end, Mike. Bobby Tolan comes in now. Patient. And that's a walk, so I don't know why it's not loud. And another pinch hitter coming in there, Julian Javier. Another veteran, so Sparky Anderson has all the moves. In play, a fly out to left field. Manny Mota ranges over and makes the catch. Here's the pitch. Richard to Menke. Tough pitch. Struck him out. So I don't know who Pete Richard is. So here we go in the 8th inning. Here comes the pitching change now from Sparky Anderson, Captain Hook. Clay Carroll coming in, replacing Don Gullett. He's past his leash with a rested bullpen. Here we go. Our defensive substitution, Dave Concepcion, comes into play for Julian Javier at shortstop. Some good substitutions here by Sparky. Clay Carroll here looking to burn off Willie Davis. 6-4, 2.24 ERA. Looking at his strikeouts per 9, this guy's more of a ground ball pitcher, I'd imagine. Clay Carroll, here we go with the pitch to Willie Davis. Tough pitch. Flied out to left field. Rose takes a couple of steps back and makes the catch for the out. Frank Robinson. And here's the pitch. Flied out to left field again. Rose steps back and makes the catch. Clay Carroll against Steve Garvey. And it's a walk. So young Steve Garvey has done well today. 1 for 3. Bobby Valentine, he is 2 for 2. He has a home run today. He's got tough, very good versus tough, tough versus tough. This could be end well for Bobby Valentine. But he's patient and he walks him. So here's Bill Russell. Ballpark. Wheelhouse. But a grounder to Morgan, who scoops it up and makes the routine out at first. Middle of the 8th inning, or bottom of the 8th inning. So another pinch hitter coming in now, George Foster. Here's Richard. Tough. Struck him out. A ground to third. Garvey gets it up. Throws to first for the out. So Steve Garvey making some noise at third base and in this game. Richard reaches back. Throws. Patient. A fly out to left field. So good performance from Pete Richard. And Manny Mota settles under it for the out. Another pitching change now. Joe Gibbon enters the game. Duke Sims at the plate. Tough pitch. Struck him out. Dick Dietz will play. Duff. And a single for the pinch hitter. Dietz is up first. There's Manny Mota. Wheelhouse, he struck him out. And that's the way to end the game. Dick Dietz was given the green light. Takes off, and he's thrown out by Johnny Bench. What a way to end the ball game. The player of the game is Don Gullett. 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. That's what I would expect from Gullet, who I do know about. Al Downing is the loser. So, day 2 is over. I've played the Reds twice now, and they've won. I've watched the Reds twice, I should say. They've won 2-0 over the Dodgers. It's been a good series, entertaining. I might watch the third one as well next time out, or I might come back on later and do the third one, do the next one. But those are the standings. Very early days, obviously. But I like looking at them very early on. 2 home runs already by Willie McCovey, Tito Fuentes, Greg Lazinski, Buddy Bell, Billy Williams. Nice. Strikeouts, you'd expect to see these guys here. Don Wilson, Steve Carlton, Tom Seaver, Don Sutton, Mickey Lolich, Gaylord Perry, Ken Holtzman. Yeah, usual suspects there, but yeah, great performance by Don Gullett. Let's have a look at him again. Ks per 9, 7.7, whip 0.86. Woof. Fatigue. So I like what I see from Gullett. So my 1972 project is up and running. So that's where I'll end it. So thank you. I apparently had some sound problems, so I've got to sort that out somehow and work out what went wrong. I have a feeling every time you update it, there's some changes, Let me see. Hello? Echo. If I do that, what happens? Hello? Doesn't matter. I'll fix that. Right. Until next time, it's goodbye from